this is Jorge Lopez over at Tomball Ford. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm in a 2017 Super Duty right now. It's a Platinum Edition, and I will be talking to you guys about my top 10 best features about this vehicle and a couple of inputs on the drivability of this F250, so stay tuned. Okay, so feature number 10 of my top 10 best things on the Super Duty 2017 is the engine. I'm so glad that Ford brought the 6.7 back. Its debut was 2011, and we had a lot of hesitancy on the engine because of, like you know, or most of you know, Ford's engines in the 6.0 and the 6.4 era were not the best, and I will admit we had some issues, we'd had some problems, and we had some customers that were upset about those two engines. But let me tell you, the 6.7 puts out 440 horsepower, 925 pound-foot of torque. It's a phenomenal engine. It has been great, and there has been nothing but praise about the engine, the Super Duty engine, 6.7 liter. So far everything has been great, and Ford has had a lot of success with this engine. And if you didn't know, it is a in-house built engine, so it's built inside of the Ford wall. So the 6.7 has been great, good fuel efficiency. The power behind this truck is just phenomenal. It is a great driving truck. That's number 10. Feature number 9 are the seats. Now, Ford didn't have multi-contoured seats in the past, and they've introduced them on the 2017 Super Duty. It came out on the F-150 for 2016 and 15. But the seats are basically massaging seats. So the purpose of this is for those customers that are having to drive many miles, many hours a day, and to improve the circulation of your legs. So basically there's many air bladders that will fill up with air and release, and they will feel like a moving sensation underneath your legs and your butt, basically. And it works great. I'm using them right now, and it feels really good. I mean, I would say I would never use a massaging seats, but I can definitely see people that drive many miles a year with them on, because they feel really good. So that's feature number 9. Feature number 8 is, for the first time, Ford has introduced a trailer monitoring system for the air pressure on the tires. So Ford has never had this feature before, and it's for the first time, and I don't need to do much explanation on that. It basically tells you what the air pressure is on your tires on your trailer. So that's an awesome feature to have, and everything is controlled through the in-dash system on the vehicle. Feature number 7 is the second generation tailgate step. So generation 1, it was a great design. It was Ford's first attempt to do a tailgate step, and it worked great. It did its job, but I knew that the design could use a little bit of tweaking. There was many customers that actually wrote letters, emails, calls sent to Ford saying to change the design of the tailgate step, and Ford listened. So in 2015, the F-150 got generation number 2. So 2017 Super Duty, guess what? Generation 2 tailgate step is now on these trucks, and it works just flawlessly. It looks really clean. The design is awesome, and the functionality is there. But now you have an improved usage of the tailgate step. There's nothing to impede sliding a sheet of plywood or a sheetrock into the bed of the truck, because everything, the design on it is just top notch. It's a lot better, a lot cleaner, and more useful than Generation 1 tailgate step. Feature number 6 is the cab. So believe it or not, the F-250 2017 shares the same cab as the F-150. So the F-150 cab on 2015 and 16 is actually larger than that of the 2016 F-250 truck. So, you know, to minimize cost and to improve the cab dimensions, Ford decided to implement the cab that's on the F-150 into the F-250. And, you know, I get that. I mean, Ford wants to, you know, improve everything, and that's one thing that they did, but also lowering their cost. I mean, because now they have one cab that is shared on the same platform as the F-150. So good for Ford to improve their cost, but in addition to that, improve the dimensions on the cab. So we now have a larger leg room all the way around, and the cab just feels bigger than that of the 2016 Super Duty cab. So that's feature number 6. Feature number 5, it's the power deployable running boards. I mean, I love the power running boards on these trucks. And last year, I mean, you could order a $70,000 truck and not even have the option to get a power deployable running board. I mean, imagine that. So Ford, for the first time, has implemented the power running boards that you have been used to seeing on the F-150. So now you have it on the F-250 pickup trucks, and they work great. You open the door, they drop down. You close the door, they tuck themselves back in. Looks really clean. It's an awesome design, and works great because it actually lowers the running board is lower than that of the fixed running board. So for those that are vertically challenged, they don't have to step up too much into the truck, because the running board actually drops down more than the fixed running board. So love the power deployable running boards. Number 4 is the fully boxed frame. In the past, Ford had a combination of a C-channel frame, which, you know, with some testing, you could see that there was a little bit of give because of the C-channel frame. So now Ford implemented a fully boxed frame on the F-250. So that improved the amount of payload that you can get into the truck, and it just makes the truck more solid. You can actually feel it. It's the feel of this F-250 is, I mean, you can feel secure in this vehicle, and it just feels really well made. The quality on it is just superb. But the fully boxed frame is new for 2017, and what they did is that with the reduction in weight, because they went with the aluminum alloy body, they actually implemented that savings in weight back into the frame itself. So we now have more cross members on the frame, and the frame itself is now fully boxed frame. So it's a sturdier frame. A better foundation equates to a better truck overall throughout the years. You will not hear squeaks and rattles because of the foundation being so sturdy and bold. Feature number 3 is the adaptive steering. Not to get that confused with the adaptive cruise control. The adaptive steering, the best way that I can explain this to you, the truck knows if you are at a parking lot, for example, and if you want to turn the steering wheel this much, then the system actually turns it more so. So there's less effort for you to actually turn the wheel with the adaptive steering that comes on these trucks, and it makes it just a whole lot easier for you to maneuver into tight spaces in parking lots, because this is a big truck. So every help that you can get, it will make life easier for you. So it allows you to turn the wheel with less effort. Okay, feature number 2 is the available 7 cameras. So for the first time, again, Ford has introduced something that is new. So 7 cameras. So let's see if we can count them. So you have a front camera that is basically on the front grille Ford emblem. That allows you to see obviously in front of you. Very helpful if you're pulling into a parking spot and you want to see how close you are to the wall or to the vehicle that's in front of you. You've got 2 side cameras. These 2 cameras are placed underneath the side mirrors on each side of the truck. So you got 2 of them, 1 on each side, so that's a total of 3 now. You've got the tailgate camera. That's the one that we have been traditionally seeing. You put it in reverse, you can see what's behind you. You also have an available Tomball camera. See if I can say it correctly. A center high mounted stoplight camera. Basically a third brake light camera. I love this camera because it actually allows you to see what is in the bed of the vehicle. Especially helpful if you're towing with gooseneck or a fifth wheel. So your visual will now be on the screen and you're able to hook up much easier. You also have an available camera that you can mount behind a trailer, and you can wire it into the system so that you can actually access and now be able to see what's behind that trailer. And then lastly, you have a camera that is mounted on the rear view mirror. That one is for adaptive cruise control. That measures the distance between you and the vehicle that is in front of you for cruise control purposes. So again, you have a front grille camera, 2 cameras on the side mirrors. That's 3. You've got a tailgate camera. That's 4. The Tomball camera. That's 5. And the camera that you can add behind the trailer, that's 6. That's a customer add camera. And then the adaptive cruise control camera, that's 7. And option number 1, feature number 1, is the aluminum alloy body. You probably guessed this is my favorite feature, and many customers are actually really glad that they went with the aluminum alloy body. It has been a really good success with Ford. Ford has had a lot of success with the F-150 in the reduction in savings, and they are able to implement the reduction in savings back to the vehicle itself. So on the F-150, you see a reduction of about 700 pounds. And you see a lot less on the F-250s and 350s because, like I said, Ford used that savings of the weight, but they reinvested it in the truck to make the truck a way better vehicle. So the aluminum alloy has been a great seller, and I expect it to be a huge success on the F-250 as well. Okay guys, these are some of the features that I feel are really important on the F-250 for you to know. I mean, there's tons of other features as well, but these are just 10. And as I'm driving this F-250, I mean, I gotta tell you, it just feels awesome. It feels sturdy. It feels very well made. It feels really solid, but nimble at the same time. I mean, I know those two things might not go together, but I mean, this truck feels really good in the hands. I mean, the steering wheel, the seats itself, the stopping power. I mean, you can definitely tell that this vehicle stops with the improved braking system that's on this truck. And turning, I mean, it feels like a truck. I mean, it has some resistance on it that you typically feel on a truck, especially on a Super Duty, but it's definitely easy for you to turn. And with that adaptive steering, it actually helps a lot. And I mean, the power on this truck, it's just phenomenal. I mean, you can definitely feel when you step on the accelerator pedal that this thing gets up and goes. I mean, it'll push you back in your seat. And I mean, it just feels really, really good. Let me see if I can just kind of punch it a little bit. I mean, it's spinning the tires. It accelerates great. Got a cop behind me, so I better watch my speed. But the power on this truck just feels phenomenal. It just feels great. And on a long trip, I mean, on a long trip, I would see myself really comfortable in something like this because of of how Ford make the seats and comfortable they are, and especially if you have that multi-contoured seat option. It definitely helps with the circulation of your legs. So again, this is Jorge Lopez. This is just a quick overview on the Super Duty, the 2017. Again, I'm in a Platinum Edition. And if you got any questions, please comment. Please hit the like button. If you like the video, share it and subscribe to the channel as well. So again, thank you so much for watching this video on the 2017 Super Duty. You all have a blessed day. There was a cop behind. Check him out.